10 countries. We have participants from 10 countries. Mainly from Belgium and Luxembourg, sure. Huh? And for your information, there is some Arab ambassadors also. They are here in Belgium. They are joining the webinar today. You have some of your colleagues, Mr. Ambassador, they are joining, and also a large number of economic attaché from Arab embassies are joining also.
They are all welcome.
Ouais, bah, faut tout imprimer, vous mettre ça dans une chemise.
Oh, here she is. Madame Ambassador. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Sorry, I had a few technical issues. Sorry.
That's understandable.
You are almost,
good that you made it, yeah.
You are most welcome.
Most welcome. I think we are set now, I suppose.
Yeah. We can start. Yeah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, dear members. First of all, I would like to express my great pleasure and honor to welcome all of you on the occasion of this business webinar organized in close cooperation and collaboration with the Embassy of Saudi Arabia in Brussels and with the support of our partners, the Federation of Saudi Chambers, the Chamber of Commerce of Luxembourg, and the Federation of Belgian Chambers of Commerce. Allow me, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, to seize this opportunity to warmly thank Arab ambassadors who are participating in this seminar, Arab embassies, Belgian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Economy of Luxembourg, Arab Chambers, Joint Arab Chambers of Commerce, and our economic partners in Belgium, AWEX, PEAK, Brussels Hub. And also I take this opportunity to thank our sponsor and our members and all participants from Belgium, Luxembourg, and Arab countries. Today, the Chamber saw this occasion to spotlight on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Why? Because Saudi Arabia became one of the fastest growing economy in the world, with offering infinite opportunities for all business community. We discussed 1 month ago with His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Khalid Al-Jindan why organizing this seminar. Because we know the relation between Belgium and Saudi Arabia. Belgium is the first economic partner of Saudi Arabia among Arab countries, with trade relation with about 3.8 billion euro a year. That's mean that showing the importance of Saudi Arabia in the Belgian economy. In the other side, Saudi Arabia, member of the G20, undeniably, it's a partner to be cherished. With the GDP expected to reach $790 billion by the end of this year, it offers a large potential of cooperation. It's true, the position of Saudi Arabia among the world's largest exporters of oil and gas has tended to overshadow Saudi diversified economy sectors such as infrastructure, healthcare, renewable energy, petrochemicals, others, education, transport, logistics, and so on. I think our speakers from Saudi Arabia will cover all the subjects. Consequently, there is no need whatsoever to feel that Saudi Arabia should be considered the exclusive playground of a large multinational active in oil and gas. To the contrary, Belgium and Luxembourg SMEs should feel at ease to join the game and to participate at this wonderful adventure. Last but not least, I will not keep the floor longer because I have 3 minutes, but I will ask organizer if can I have 1 or 2 minutes, if you allow me, 1 or 2 minutes extra. I will ask the organizer if they can then. Last but not least, more than just a new plan, the Saudi vision is a unique transformative economic and social reform that is opening Saudi Arabia up to the world. This vision is not only a door to the future of the country and to the region, but also current reality in line with a modern and sustainable society. I think, in my opinion, when we speak about the Vision 2030, that's mean in 2030, it's not the end of the process. I think it's one step of a long and a large journey in modernization and of the reform in Saudi Arabia. I will not go through all the detail of the vision, but I would like to emphasize one point: the presence of Saudi Arabia in the COP26 in Glasgow this week and last week, showing that Saudi Arabia making in environmental protection one of its point of the vision. And we can underline the Saudi Green Initiative and the Middle Green Initiative. I think our speakers will cover this subject also. Last but not least, also I can mention the National Investment Strategy launched last October. I think our speaker will cover. Before giving the floor to our next speaker, I would like to excuse Madame Cindy Tereba from the Chamber of Commerce of Luxembourg. She cannot be with us for private reasons. She cannot be with us today. But before giving the floor to His Excellency, Ambassador of Saudi Arabia, Dr. Khalid Al-Jindan, I would like to express my deep gratitude. I will start by ladies, if you allow me, Your Excellency. Dr. Iman Al-Muteri, Vice Minister of Commerce, CEO of National Competitive Center, and CEO of Saudi Business Center. His Excellency, Her Excellency, Madame Dominique Mineur, Ambassador of Belgium to Saudi Arabia. Thank you once more, Madame Mineur, for your participating and for your trust and support our chamber since years and years. I would like to thank also His Excellency Dr. Khalid Al-Haidari, Vice Chairman of the Federation of Chamber of Commerce of Saudi Arabia and Chairman of the Chamber of Commerce Al-Mujamma'a, Mr. René Brenders, Chairman of the Federation of Belgian Chamber of Commerce. I take this opportunity to express the close cooperation we have with the Federation and Mr. Brenders personally since years. We are member of the Federation, we are member of the steering committee through our friend Madame Sonia Diverny. She is participating with us today, and would like to thank also Mr. Khalid Ashidi, Investor Advisory and Relation Executive Director from the Ministry of Investment. Last but not least, I would like to thank Mr. Mike Tyson from Luxembourg, Chairman Luxembourg Arab Business Association. Thank you for all participants. And now allow me to give the floor to His Excellency Dr. Khalid Al-Jindan, Ambassador of Saudi Arabia to Belgium. Please, Your Excellency, the floor is yours. Wa ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban.
Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Excellency, Mr. Kaysar Hagazin, Secretary General of the Arab-Belgian-Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce, distinguished guests and participants, good morning or afternoon. It gives me tremendous pleasure to be part of this important and timely session organized by the Chamber of Commerce in conjunction with the Embassy of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in Brussels, and a notable participation of Her Excellency Dominique Mineur, the Ambassador of the Kingdom of Belgium. And I take this opportunity to thank Her Excellency so much for her sincere efforts in promoting bilateral relations. I have a feeling she is becoming more popular there than I am here in Belgium. Today's event is important because it touches upon the currently prevalent incentives and opportunities in Saudi Arabia, which I am sure would promote and enhance trade and investment with Belgium and Luxembourg. It is noteworthy that, at least in the case of Belgian-Saudi trade relations, the trade exchange between the two countries has reached a level that makes Saudi Arabia #1 trade partner with Belgium among the entire Arab world. In 2018, the annual volume of trade balance was 5.5. It went down a little bit because of the COVID, as you know. Moreover, our session is also timely due to the fact that it takes place at an opportune time during which my country is undergoing historic economic and social transformation in the context of Vision 2030. This year marks the 5th anniversary of this strategic plan of action or roadmap for the future. Many of its programs have been implemented, but many more are yet to be achieved. The size and extent of the social and economic transformation that was visualized in 2016 when the vision was launched is already deeply felt not only at the level of the Saudi citizens, but also at the level of Saudi Arabia's relations with other nations, as well as the proactive role that my country has assumed in the international arena. For the sake of brevity, what concerns us most is the following. Firstly, there is the general framework of Vision 2030, which consists in 3 dimensions: a vibrant society, a thriving economy, and good governance. Of course, it is not my intention, nor is it the proper place to dwell on the details of these issues. Suffice it to say here that these pillars form the foundation for the kind of environment that is conducive to trade and investment. For more specific presentation of the vision-related factors that are conducive to trade and investment, I can refer you to the National Investment Strategy, which was first announced by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman last month and later elaborated and delineated by our Ministry of Investment. The fact that investment is at the core of Vision 2030 has led to the establishment of a special Ministry of Investment, which has been charged with the implementation of this strategy. But even before that, and throughout the past 5 years, the Saudi government has undertaken a series of multifaceted programs and incentives that have all initiatives that have all focused on developing and improving an investment environment that is equally productive and attractive, both to public and private sectors. With the great potential that my country possesses, the firm intention of my government is not only to stimulate and diversify sources of national wealth and achieve fruitful partnership with the private sector, as in Sharik program, but also to make Saudi Arabia an international hub that is both attractive and sustainable. Our investment strategy, although called national, yet it rests on factors and tenets that have international implications, such as the unique geographical location of Saudi Arabia being at the crossroads of 3 continents, Asia, Africa, and Europe, and look over also 2 important waterways, the Arabian Gulf in the east and the Red Sea in the west. It has an economy that is steadily growing and diversifying, plus a sound and reliable financial system. It has a strong public investment fund that generates and monitors mega investment projects. It has an attractive, competitive environment for both local and international investors. According to the National Investment Strategy, private sector's investors, local and international, will become true partners in development, with state investment giving a helping hand. New investment opportunities are unlocked in entirely new sectors such as tourism, logistics, renewable energy, digitalization, and green technology. These are only examples of the kind of investment opportunities available for prospective investors, encouraged also by the possibility of foreign direct investment, and protected by a new legal framework that safeguards the interests of the investors, local and international. Thank you for listening, and I apologize if I took up more than the share of my time.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for this presentation, for this words resuming the situation and the potentiality of Saudi Arabia. And now I would like to emphasize also that last week we published a special issue of our newsletter with exclusive interview with His Excellency Mr. Ambassador, at the same time with an article from Her Excellency Madame Iman Al-Muteri, and this newsletter is available on our website. Thank you again, Your Excellency. Now I give the floor to Her Excellency Madame Dominique Mineur, Ambassador of Belgium to Saudi Arabia. Madame Dominique Mineur, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Excellencies, dear friends of Belgium and Saudi Arabia, thank you so much for organizing this seminar. I hope it will lead to an increase of our cooperation, partnership, and bilateral trade. As mentioned so many times, and indeed by the Ambassador Al-Jindan, since my arrival in Saudi Arabia, I kept on witnessing constant changes, be it on the status of women, the development of the business, of a sustainable environment, of the artificial intelligence, with taking an ever larger importance, the promotion of entertainment and tourism with the e-visa, and so on. Besides that, a number of important meetings and summits have also recently taken place, putting the country clearly at the center of the regional changes. On the Belgian side, we were also happy to witness a growing interest for Saudi Arabia.
You're muted now.
Sorry. I don't know when I stopped, but besides
a number of a second, you're good.
Okay, fine. Then on the Belgian side, we were also happy to witness a growing interest for Saudi Arabia. There is not 1 week passing by without at least one or more visitors or companies coming to the embassy, either because they are close to finalize some projects, or because they just have done it, or because they are prospecting. During the Future Investment Initiative, the Davos of the Desert, Euroclear Group signed an agreement with the Saudi Securities Depository Center company belonging to Tadawul. This should allow investors to have access to the Saudi sukuk and bond market, bringing more cash into the system and therefore attracting investors. As mentioned by the Belgian CEO of Euroclear, Liv Mostrik, she said, "We are extremely pleased to be able to bring the scale and robustness of our infrastructure to the Saudi capital markets. By becoming Euroclearable, this G20 market will gain direct exposure to a wider international investor base, which will result in improved liquidity and cost efficiencies." Another example we can be proud of is the signature a few days ago of a MOU between the company Revatis and a Saudi company, Sky Atlas Trading, for the development of a lab to produce stem cells for horses and camels. The Belgian university, which is at the basis of that, has an outstanding reputation in this respect. Smaller enterprises are also coming. Without falling into the cliché, I'm nevertheless happy to mention that Neuhaus finally opened 2 chocolate shops in Riyadh. We will also soon announce the opening of a beautiful shop of the internationally renowned Belgian floral artist Daniel Ost. And the Smurfs, of course, will also arrive. Belgium will open a family entertainment centers in Riyadh and Jeddah as of 2023. As you probably know, Belgium also enjoys an excellent reputation in enterprise, in entertainment, be it at the corporate or individual level. Just as a reference, during the entertainment fair, Belgium was represented by 7 out of 70 companies in total, which is really good. I saw compatriots participating at different events of the Riyadh season, be it at expert level, to set up some sites such as the combat zone, to perform as DJ, or to facilitate to participate in artistic events like a sculpture symposium. The star, which was hanging during the Noor Festival at the Kingdom Tower last year, and we received the Guinness Book Prize, was from a Belgian artist called Vermeulen. We are also present in different sports competition, golf, tennis, cycling, Dakar, Formula E, and so on. And I could go on and on. However, for the sake of time, I can't mention all the big companies that have been here and continue to be here and continue to develop their business, be it in the health sector. Just as a reminder, the Pfizer vaccine bought by Saudi Arabia was produced in Belgium, in the energy sector, in the logistics, in the engineering. There are, however, a few points that need to be underlined. While there is much talk about the mega projects such as NEOM, the Red Sea, Amala, Qiddiya, don't forget that there are many mid-sized cities that are worth discovering. These are, in fact, more comparable to some of our cities in Belgium and also have a good potential for cooperation. I visited some of those, like Medina, Hufuf, Qasim, Tabuk, and was really impressed by the desire and the ambition to work together in a variety of sectors. Please don't forget to reach out to their chambers of commerce. Investing anywhere in the world is never without risk. That carefully need to be evaluated, integrated, and managed, but the potential is here. Some companies, such as HICT, were mentioned during the FII amongst the first one to have opened a regional headquarters and received their investment license. Elia Grid International and the NG Laborelec have also recently finalized the setup of their offices in Riyadh. Finally, let me remind you, the embassy, together with AWEX and FIT, our 2 trade offices, is here to support you in your prospection, démarche, and promotion. Never hesitate to contact us if you have questions, but also don't forget to inform us about your stories. We are always happy to promote them, either at the residence or in our social media. I thank you very much, and I wish you a fruitful seminar.
Thank you, Madame Mineur, Your Excellency, for this encouraging presentation and for your support to the business community, what you are doing. And I would like to confirm what you are seeing. We see more and more business community traveling to Saudi Arabia. Why? Because we are at the Chamber of Commerce in collaboration with the embassy. We are delivered visa. We are delivered visa for the businessmen traveling to Saudi Arabia, and we see more and more interest. And for example, you speak about signing. I would like to mention last week only, we have a contact with a big and major Belgian company. I can say Tractable. They are joining us. We organize a Zoom meeting with the Ministry of Investment. They are going to open a regional office in Saudi Arabia in the near future. That's mean confirming, that's mean more and more interest from the Belgian and Luxembourg community in Saudi Arabia. And thanks for the support with your partners, FIT and AWEX, you are giving to the business, encouraging them to do their business with Saudi Arabia. Thank you again, Madam Ambassador, and hope to see you soon in Brussels, inshallah. And now allow me to move to Her Excellency, Dr. Eman Al-Muteri. She is Vice Minister of Commerce in the Ministry of Commerce. And we are lucky because Madam Al-Muteri, she will be keynote speaker, but then she will be also a speaker with the presentation. Now I give you the floor as a guest speaker. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for hosting us, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to torture you twice, so I'm not going to say much in my first keynote speeches, except that this is the beginning of a long-term relationship, maybe in the new era, post-pandemic. And I had the pleasure of meeting with Her Excellency, the Ambassador in Saudi Arabia. And Dominique, you did not only do a great job in Saudi Arabia, but you created good friendships among all Saudis. And that actually counts for a lot. And we appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate your efforts. We appreciate your support to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And we will do our best also to support all the investors from Belgium. And whatever we need, we will extend a hand for you also, Your Excellency Ambassador Al-Jundan in Belgium, with whatever we can help with. I just wanted to thank you for availing this opportunity. The National Competitiveness Center actually conducts these meetings with the chambers on a regular basis internationally. And the point of doing so is to hear from the chambers, to hear from the business community, to understand where their pain is, if there are any, but at the same time, we exchange with them the latest in terms of policies, regulations. And when I say policies and regulations, I don't mean implementing new ones, but deregulation. How we're making it easier and better for investors to come and invest in Saudi Arabia and flourish their business and expand on it on a daily basis. But also at the same time, we let them know about the latest opportunities in Saudi Arabia. And this is the whole purpose of doing these presentations. It's not to dwell on the vision of Saudi Arabia and what we're trying to achieve. What we're trying to achieve for our country is for us to achieve. But also we understand that there are opportunities for the whole world to participate with us in developing our economy. And if we develop our economy, the regional economy will also be developed, and globally also there will be a development. And it's an exchange, it's always an exchange of thoughts, ideas, knowledge, and investments. And this is what we aim for in our job, in our mission in Saudi Arabia. I'll stop here because I will have a presentation. I'll go through it very quickly so I can leave the floor to the next keynote speaker so we can start our presentations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. And we are, now we will move to the next speaker, His Excellency Dr. Tariq Al-Haidari. As I mentioned, he's the Vice Chairman of the Federation of Saudi Chamber of Commerce. He is also the Chairman of Chamber of Commerce of Al-Mujamma. Please, Mr. Tariq, the floor is yours. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished guests, on behalf of the Saudi business community, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome our friends from Belgium, Luxembourg. I am pleased to be with you today, joining the wonderful gathering which focus on enhancing partnership and investment opportunities in Saudi Arabia. I would like to thank the Arab-Belgian-Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce and the Saudi Embassy in Brussels for organizing this important event. I especially thank High Excellency the Belgian Ambassador in Riyadh and High Excellency the Saudi Ambassador in Belgium. Furthermore, I extend my sincere thanks to the High Excellency Vice Minister of Commerce, the Saudi Ministry of Investment, and the participation Belgium, Luxembourg Chambers and Federations. This event truly represents a unique platform to discover the sectoral investment opportunities in the Saudi economy and its Vision 2030 as your strategic partner in the Arab world. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this webinar is held at interesting times in terms of signs of declining the COVID-19 pandemic and the beginning of return of normal condition, as well as a tremendous political and economic activity in Saudi Arabia and the world, in which the Saudi private sector is engaged, including the Saudi and the Middle East Green Initiative conference, the G20 summit, and the COP26 conference in Glasgow, among others. When scoping out trade flows in 2020, Belgium and Luxembourg were the 70th largest trading partners of Saudi Arabia, which combined trade volume amounting to 17 Saudi Riyal billion. Thus, there is underway high need and potential to develop the depth and diversity of our trade. Investment, both direct and indirect, in many sectors additionally support that need and the potential. Both Belgium and Luxembourg have leading established companies in a wide range of sectors that can take advantage and expand to benefit the Saudi market. Regarding connecting investors with investment opportunities, I would like to especially refer to the National Investment Strategy, NIS, launched by Crown Prince, His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman. The National Investment Strategy is key enabler to deliver on Saudi Vision 2030. The NIS will contribute to the growth and diversification of the kingdom's economy by raising the private sector contributing to GDP to 65%, increasing the contributing of FDI to GDP to 5.7%, among other targets. I herein His Royal Highness emphasizes that the National Investment Strategy is all about empowering investors, offering investment opportunities, providing financing solution, and enhancing competitiveness in various sectors, including manufacturing, renewable energy, transport and logistics, tourism, digital infrastructure, and healthcare. More than 20 trillion Saudi Riyal will be injected into the national economy through investment activity by 2030. The Sharika program initiatives with leading private sector companies will inject 5 trillion Saudi Riyal. The Sovereign Public Investment Fund, PIF, is set to contribute 3 trillion Riyal, and the remaining 4 trillion will be generated by investment facilitated by the NIS. So I look forward to presentation and discussion on investment areas of mutual interest in this webinar, which I hope will attain the desired outcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Haidari, for this presentation. And I just mentioned, I discussed with His Excellency before, we would like, sure, if we can, organizing a visit delegation to Saudi Arabia beginning of next year, inshallah, with the cooperation with the Embassy of Saudi Arabia, with the support of the Embassy of Belgium in Saudi Arabia, with the support also with the Federation of Belgian Chamber of Commerce, and with your support also, Mr. Haidari. Thank you again. And now we will move from the Federation of Saudi Chamber to the Federation of Belgian Chamber. That's been the sister federation. And I would like to emphasize, I just mentioned the close cooperation we have with the Federation, with Mr. Brendes personally, and the support we have at the Chamber from the Federation and from Mr. Brendes. Please, Mr. Brendes, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, the ambitious vision of 2030 of the Saudi Kingdom to diversify its economy is really, I think, a historical movement, the development of the kingdom, but also on the world. And it is, of course, an opportunity to strengthen the mutual diplomatic and economical relationships between Belgium, Luxembourg, and the kingdom. As a matter of fact, the very ambitious program of carbon neutrality also in 2060 imposes indeed a transition plan to diversify the economy, and the kingdom in this way is working since months very eagerly on the topic, as Kaiser informed me. I can only support and congratulate, of course, your authorities to join the concern to find a sustainable solution to sustainable economy, while in the meantime, taking care of about the concern of the prevention of the climate change as well. Like a diamond enhances the light, Belgium may be small in size, but also being smart and handing since decades very constructive relationship between the Kingdom and Belgium, thanks to his diversity in high-tech solutions, sectors, and knowledge, is probably also a contributor and a quality contributor to succeed to this transition. Diversity in the digital economy, including blockchain technology in banking encryption, for instance, being also a leader in the frame of e-health, where artificial intelligence programs are intensively developed here in Belgium and are enabling, for instance, the creation of much more reliable diagnostic, shows that Belgium and Luxembourg have a knowledge and that our company have something unique that is usually focusing indeed in a niche market. Belgium, however, like His Excellency the Ambassador Dominique Mineur says, remain as well a main worldwide hub and a crossroad in the frame of life science as well and pharmacy. It came out indeed to many people that they discovered Belgium as a main hub for the production of COVID vaccine, thanks to the presence of giant groups that decide to plot their laboratories in our countries. As we have indeed so many also universities in our countries that contribute to this success. Solution also to the production of hydrogen by electrolyzer, digital solutions, for instance, for the smart management of the electrical grids, sustainable ICT solutions, solution also for the management of waste, recycling of materials, water management, and food processings are so many, I would say, possibilities that our countries are able to offer on top of space, for instance. Belgium companies are for sure eager to build a long-term partnership with a vision of mutual harmony and respect, reinforcing, I would say, the cooperation between the partners and working hands in hands into future investments in order to enable and to reinforce also the success of their mutual partners. As president of the Federation of the Belgium Chamber of Commerce, and knowing also the dynamism of the Arab-Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce present today, I say to my Belgian fellows to really take the opportunity to cluster together and offering the very best with all the respects to our partners of the Kingdom of Saudi. And to our Saudi partners, I say, Chamber of Commerce and companies, trust in you. And you will find in our countries, I am pretty sure, I will say, a unique solution and sometimes really, really pearls, what I say, in technology and excellence of what we can offer to be the best of the best for a future economy and a future transition also of the world. In this way, I thank all stakeholders also today that are present to show this interest to this seminar, to supporting also by your presence, I will say, the importance of this Vision 2030, that is really ambition, and on our side as Belgium and Luxembourg to support you in the success of mutual win-win situations and much more to be one of the most wonderful example of cooperation in the Middle East. Thank you for your time, and at your disposition, of course, dear colleagues, for any question you would like to pose further away.
Thank you, Mr. Brandes, for this presentation. I would like to confirm what you just saying, what His Excellency Ambassador saying. Really, the Belgian and Luxembourg companies have a real assets to bring at all levels for the development strategy implemented by Saudi Arabia, so that we encourage Belgian and Luxembourg companies to join the game and to participate at this really adventure, the new development, new plan, Saudi Arabia. Thank you for inviting, encouraging Belgian and Luxembourg companies to join the game. And really, we encourage the development of partnership with Saudi business community, not only selling products. We are looking also for more and more partnership between the business community from Belgium and Luxembourg and Saudi Arabia. Thank you again, Mr. Brenders. And before going to the presentation, I will address to the participants, if you have any question, please you can put your question and by chat, and we will answer your question at the end of presentation. Thank you again, Mr. Brenders. Thank you for our guest speakers. And now we go to the main course. If I can allow me mention that we are pleased and honored to welcome Her Excellency Madame Iman Al-Muteri, Vice Minister of Commerce. She will lecture on the Vision 2030, building a sustainable Saudi economy through investment, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Please, Madame Al-Muteri, the floor is yours. Please.
Thank you very much, and thank you again for hosting us. And I'll do my very best not to lecture anyone, actually. All what I try to do is walk you through our journey, and hopefully we are going to make it quick, sweet, and not very painful. But the whole point of actually doing this presentation is to tell you a little bit about the story of our vision, where are we today, but most importantly, what it means to you. What it means to us is a lot. It's actually in our minds and our heads and our hearts and what we want to achieve. But we also understand that it takes two to tango. We also understand that it is the whole world that we want to engage with to make our vision come true, and to also share that vision with the rest of the world, and ask for their participation when they know that they can actually add something to the vision and to the targets of Saudi Arabia. So very quickly, this is about Saudi Arabia, and I'm not going to go through this a lot because I know that it is some information that you can pick from the internet, so we're not going to do that. Let me just wait, I have to do this myself. This one also tells you about all the sectors that we have in Saudi Arabia, and that has actually seen some growth in the past few years, and also information on some of these sectors with numbers: education, logistics. A lot of you have mentioned in your speeches e-commerce and digital economy. Well, Saudi Arabia, although it is a virgin island when it comes to e-commerce, but we have actually done a great job during the pandemic. The pandemic gave us a huge booster to enhance our e-commerce ecosystem, and it has actually grown at least 28% only during the pandemic, much more now, but there are many more opportunities. And I want you to put at the back of your head, whenever we're going through this presentation, that in each stop, in each slide of these presentations, there are opportunities in Saudi Arabia, in the knowledge, in the services, in the products, and in technology and innovation. So please have an open mind. Every time you see one of these slides or one of these pictures, you can ask yourself where I can actually participate in making an opportunity in Saudi Arabia. Tourism has also been big in Saudi Arabia, and Her Excellency, Madame Dominique, I think you have traveled around Saudi Arabia more than I did, but I think you've seen a lot of it, and they always come back to me and say, here, look, there are beautiful pictures in this town, in this city, can we actually do something about it? So you're not only making friends, but you're actually making an impact in our country. And I want to tell you that we really appreciate what you're doing. Also, international trade is getting bigger. Yes, the pandemic has hit the whole world. However, with that comes also a lot of opportunities. And it gives us a chance to look at ourselves in the mirror again and say, actually, have we had a gap somewhere in the supply chains, or can we do it in Saudi Arabia next time round, and how can we prepare ourselves for a next pandemic or for next risk that we might be facing and the whole world might be facing. So I think we should look at this pandemic. Yes, it was painful for the world, but it also had taught us a lot. And the healthcare sector also with the numbers, but Saudi Arabia again has done so well during the pandemic, luckily, and even with our vaccination program right now, we have actually achieved a large percentage of vaccinated population. Telecommunication, I think the whole world doesn't know that our internet connectivity is one of the top in the world. And at least in the major cities, it is almost 100% connected. We're working on all the regions in Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia is huge. But even with that size and distribution, we're trying to reach everyone equally the same. We had a policy targets, policy goals. I'm not going to go through numbers, but I'll tell you what one of the things that we have been focusing on for many years now, since 2016, since the launch of our vision. We have been looking at diversifying our economy away from oil and gas. Now the world is talking about sustainable economy, diversified energy. What we have started since 2016. We're still working on it. But we had that in the heart of our vision. We want to wean off the economy from oil and gas. So that's number one target that we have been working on. And, the Green Initiative has been launched recently. And all of you know that Saudi Arabia has committed to zero emissions by 2060. But what we have already in the works, and we are surprised ourselves every day to see more and more huge initiatives that will take us to a very big, ambitious goal of diversifying our energy to more cleaner energy. And we're going to talk about that in a little while. We're also incentivizing the CapEx and productivity, and we understand that to have a more sustainable economy, to have a more profitable economy, we also have to be more productive. Cloud-based digital economy is also becoming very huge, and that's a huge opportunity for innovators and entrepreneurs. Efficient capital market is something that we want to develop. Renewable and clean energy I talked about. We also understand that people in Saudi Arabia need to also improve the quality of life in terms of sports, entertainment, tourism, and all of the human capital development, the schools, the healthcare system. All of that is part of improving the quality of life. And we have one whole program that focuses on that in the vision programs. Inclusion of women and youth. I stopped talking myself about empowering women and women empowerment, because that's something that we have talked about for the past 2-3 years, but now we really want to say we are gender blind. Our laws and policies and regulations don't look at you, whether if you're a male or a female, but we actually avail opportunities to all genders and in all sectors exactly in a similar manner. And that's a very huge move that Saudi Arabia has done on this file, and we're very, very proud of it. Human capital and labor market efficiency, we also understand that to have a great vision, to have this expansion and diversification of economy, we will never have all the talent that we need in Saudi Arabia built and from Saudi Arabia. So we understand that with diversifying economy, you have to diversify the skills and the talent that you will bring from the whole world. We want the world to participate with us in our development, and therefore building human capital will also depend on a lot of knowledge transfer and immigration of talent that we will invite and host in Saudi Arabia. On your right-hand side, you will see the expected impact on these vision goals, but some of them have been already achieved, and some of them is in the works, but we are achieving our targets even way before 2030, and this is something that we are quite proud of. With the vision to be achieved, we had to have an implementation plan, an action plan. So how are we going to action all these big goals? With these all big goals, we have lots of initiatives, but the government and led by the king and the crown prince have actually put together a few vision realization programs. These 11 transformative programs will have bundles of initiatives and reforms that they will work on to achieve that vision. And I'm not going to go through them all, but I'll just name those so you understand that it's actually a 360 approach to achieving the vision by these vision realization programs. So it's a physical sustainability and sustainable policies. It also focuses on financial sector development, privatization and PPP, huge potential there. Human capability development, as I said, we need talent, we need innovation, we need entrepreneurship, we need accelerators, we need incubators, and those people are going to bring all that together. Healthcare sector transformation. Yes, we have a good healthcare-based system, but what else can we do? How can we develop the technologies and biotechnologies in the healthcare system? Quality of life, culture, and tourism. Each one of those will have a huge amount of opportunity just talk about tourism, and we can talk about that for many, many weeks to come. We also have achieved early on, we're 5 years now into the vision program, and we have already achieved a lot of our targets. Say, for example, in the housing, we've achieved more than what's expected in this period of time. Unemployment rate has also been reduced. But I want to draw your attention to the far right corner, women labor participation. We had a target to meet by 2025 to reach 20%. But it actually grew to 33% today, not in 2030, but today. And that was the reason the reason behind that was we've actually eliminated all discrimination in any of the laws and the policies in Saudi Arabia that discriminates between males and females, be it in the participating in certain jobs or certain shift hours, or being the head of the household, or we've lifted all the travel restrictions. So with that, immediately, a lot of females got into the labor market in all jobs. And that's why the percentage has jumped very quickly to 33%, meeting beyond meeting our goal for 2030. But how do we do that? It's nice and simple to say, okay, we've achieved all these reforms, but how did we actually change a lot of the policies and the regulations and the procedures? As I mentioned, there's the vision realization programs. These programs work day and night to achieve their goals in certain initiatives. But there is a cross-cutting theme with challenges that actually crosses over many sectors. So who is responsible for that? Well, the National Competitiveness Center has been working with all government entities. We work with more than 50 government entities and the private sector sitting together on the same table. And our job in life is to actually understand what challenges do we have on the ground today, whether it is in the policies or the regulations, guidelines, or procedures, or automation, or people who are delivering those services that is faced by the private sector. And we actually take those and we bundle them into subcommittees. And then we put initiatives to reform all these challenges and change them from challenges to opportunities. And what we do is we benchmark a lot with international organizations, but we also do our own studies that suit our countries. Not a lot of the times, benchmarks are great to have, but you don't want to implement exactly the same practice in your country because each country is different. But the different topics that we look at is government services, efficiency and automation, socioeconomic changes, business environment law and regulations. These are the major pockets that we look at on a daily basis, but we also look at, well, how do we actually improve the labor and talent and skills? How do we improve investment and access to finance? How do we improve technology and innovation? How do we improve transparency, healthcare, sustainable development, and so on? On a daily basis, we have around 500 reforms that we work on. We close some, we complete some are in progress, but it's an ongoing machine. We close some and we take some more challenges and so on. And this is how we operate. And with a committee that is headed by His Excellency, the Minister of Commerce, we have 50, as I said, government entities. We meet every Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with the presence of the private sector. And we go through topics that are harder to work out on at the level of our center. So we escalate to the committee. The committee has representations from high levels in the different government entities who can actually execute these issues and resolve a lot of these problems, which are they could be from multiple agencies, not only one. But what are the reforms that we actually have achieved? We've achieved reforms such as permitted the 100% foreign ownership of many sectors in retail, education, health, media sectors. We've also adopted many laws or changed some or introduced others. Bankruptcy law was a big introduction into our business environment. And I think that actually was great to understand that the investors can understand that they have a safety net. Even if they fail in their business, what's going to happen? Well, they can pick up again and move on and open another business. So the bankruptcy law was great. One of the biggest cases that was in the courts for the past 12 to 13 years was a Qusaybi case. Everybody knows that. It wasn't resolved until we actually introduced this bankruptcy law. This year, they've announced that they've resolved their issue. Government procurement law was also updated and changed. Minority Investor Protection Act was also introduced. Companies law is now in the works, almost going to be published very soon. E-commerce law and many, many, many others. And so it's not only the laws, it's the laws and the bylaws. And I'll tell you a little bit about how we hear you, how we hear investors, and how we actually suggest changes to some of these laws. We've also established the Saudi Business Center. It's a mega one-stop shop for all investors. Instead of going around to all government entities, you will come to only one center that will take care of you from end to end. So establishing your license or operating your business or even closing your business, it happens in one place. And hopefully next month, we are going to launch also the one-stop shop platform. So you can actually access all your service and do all your work from your mobile phone. We've actually also worked on the journey for the investor and decreasing all the requirement for licensing and permits by 55%. And we're taking it one more round to reduce it another 20%. So it will be a seamless journey. We will ask you only once to provide us any document that we want. We will try to eliminate documents that we don't want. We try to eliminate even a lot of the licensing that will be converted to instant licenses. So there is around 700 licenses right now that are instant. You can immediately issue your CR and start working immediately. And then inspection will happen later after you operate your business. 24 hours clearance for customs is also in place today. And we're trying also to reduce that further, working a lot on our logistics and trading across borders initiatives to improve those as well. Unified land registry is already in place. It's a platform for all investors with a new insurance system that accompanies it. Our judicial system has also been improved hugely. Actually, we're so proud of all the changes that has happened. It's very transparent, it's very quick, and we understand investors need to have a very good legal system and a very good court system as well to be comfortable coming here and making sure that it's all published. They know exactly what's going to happen to them if they had any dispute between them and any other investor or even with the government. So the centers are there. And it's being monitored in big, actually, monitoring system for Ministry of Justice. And even some of the court cases are now happening online and remotely, and to just make it easier for investors also to get through their cases. We also have translated a lot of our laws because we understand that for you to come and invest, you need to read it in a language and understand it in a language that you understand. So most of our laws is mandatory. If you issue a law, it has to be translated officially. So 750 laws and bylaws and policies have been translated, and it's ongoing process. We're doing that on a daily basis until all the laws are translated. I've talked about women inclusion and empowerment. So we've done a lot of changes recently. There was a report, Women, Business and the Law report, that is being issued by the World Bank, published first 2019. Saudi Arabia was at the bottom of the list. We scored 25 out of 100 in that report. It looks at all the laws that discriminate between men and women in any country. And as I said, we were at the bottom of the list. And the following year, we worked on a lot of these initiatives. Yes, we had a lot of changes on the ground, and we were practicing those changes and the women inclusion and all of that. But there were, the law did not reflect that. So we pulled all these laws and bylaws and articles, and we've changed all of those. We completely knocked down any discrimination between males and females, and then submitted and that happened in a very accelerated manner. We've changed all these laws in 3 months. It's incredible that this happened that fast, but it's the will of the government and what they want to achieve, and the determination that we are very serious about this transformation. And so the following year, that report scored Saudi Arabia 70 out of 100, and then the third year scored us 80 out of 100. So now we're in a very green zone, and we're very happy because we know that the changes have happened already on the ground, but also policies reflect that. So what's our ambition? So this is all something that has happened already. It's done. We've completed all our, all these initiatives and reforms. So now what? Well, now we're talking about environmental sustainability, and who would think that Saudi Arabia will be jumping on this agenda that quickly? But we have been doing that since 2016. I think one of the things that we don't do very well in Saudi Arabia is talk about our achievements or what we've been doing and what we have achieved so far. We're trying now to not shy away from doing so. I think it's an obligation that we have to do. We have to talk about all our initiatives, what we're doing. Sustainable economy, environmental sustainable initiatives have been in place for some time. We want to transition to clean energy. 5 billion clean blue hydrogen plants will be established, 50 gigawatts of clean energy by 2030, and the largest carbon capture plant worldwide will be in Saudi Arabia. A picture on your right shows one of the farms for solar system. Many more are being established right now in our beautiful deserts, and hopefully we will achieve our goal even ahead of time. Promoting circular economy is also working very well. I have been visiting myself, although I'm not in the energy sector or department, but we are competitiveness. So we go and find out opportunities anywhere in the world that will make Saudi Arabia competitive. I have been visiting a lot of the circular economy initiatives and plans across the world, and I'm interested to see more so we can bring that knowledge back to Saudi Arabia and bring also opportunities for investors to come and invest in these channels in Saudi Arabia. We also going to leverage public funds for green bonds and others, especially with the utility companies. Technology and promoting technology, I think we are at the right field in Saudi Arabia simply because we have a very young generation. More than 65% of our population is below the age of 35, and that is a huge opportunity that we can build on. What can they do? Well, they're fast, they're quick, they're technology savvy, they want to make those changes, and in many sectors. So biotechnology is one sector, definitely, and Her Excellency, the Ambassador, have talked about that, but there's many more opportunities in biomedical, biotech, and I think that's something that NEOM is also focusing on, one of the gigacities. Remote working was so easy in Saudi Arabia and very quickly, and we've adapted to that. Also fintech, insurtech, health tech, education tech, all of these are opportunities that we are looking at, and we're looking at very carefully and very seriously to actually start introducing that to the market. Cloud computing, all of that is coming already into Saudi Arabia, but there's a lot of other potential to accept more. Transport and logistic and building those advanced and the robust century value chains. Saudi Arabia, as mentioned before, is a hub. How can we actually take advantage of us being in the middle of 3 continents and work harder and closer with other countries to develop our ports, our transport system, to also develop our supply chain system. Economic zones is also something that the country is looking at very, very carefully. But we want to use those ports in the best possible way, introduce technologies to them as well. Food security is one other agenda that we're looking at. Food, water, waste management, all of these are opportunities that we're looking very closely at. Started in a lot of projects there, but there's much more that we can actually advance in. As I mentioned before, attracting and developing and employing talent is one of our biggest agenda items in Saudi Arabia. We have introduced migration policies and that are competitive to attract talent to Saudi Arabia. We want to have more R&D. We want to have innovation hubs. We want to have accelerators in Saudi Arabia, but we also know that with that comes huge talent that we need to attract from other countries. I'm going to go now very quickly through this so I don't bore you. These are all the sectors that we have opportunities in, be it in clean energy, food security. Mining is huge in Saudi Arabia, untouched, untapped. E-commerce is also huge. Entertainment, tourism. So these are all the sectors that we are looking at today. And we are, each one of them, Ministry of Investment, I think they're going to be introducing some of these opportunities to all of us. By the way, this is a Suda Heights in Asir. It is in Saudi Arabia. A lot of people have been asking me in Saudi Arabia. Is it in Saudi Arabia? Yes, it is. So please come and visit. And there are many more sites. And all the pictures that I've shown you in this presentation are all from Saudi Arabia, including the largest olive farm. I don't know if I went through that. Let me just see. We have the largest olive farm in the world. I think it's coming now. Okay, so the NCC, as I said, has been actually following up on all these reforms with all the government entities through subcommittees. This is how we look like today, but we are also transforming to becoming a more agile, nimble, aligned with the global trends, so we can achieve the vision goals at this next stage in our term. But we work very closely with also private sector, with all these government entities. We also work with international organizations. So we have partnerships with IMD, United Nations, UNCITRAL, OECD, World Bank, World Economic Forum. We listen. We try to take a lot of the information and challenges from the private sector through our workshops with them, but also through a private sector feedback platform. One very important thing that I want to draw your attention to, we have a public consultation platform. So no law or policy passes through without asking the public, what do they think about it? If they actually have a lot of comments, we will go back and fix those before we take it to the next level up, before it is actually published. And these are actually some numbers from the public consultation platform. So a lot of people participate, government entities, private sector, national and international. So you're welcome also to look at our law, and you can put a comment there if you have any. We also are monitoring ourselves through international lenses. So these are all the lenses from the other international organization who actually writes reports and ranks countries based on their achievements on the ground, be it in the infrastructure, tourism, business environment, education, health, whatever. So we assign these reports to different government entities, and we follow up with them to make sure that they actually are achieving the reforms that we want them to achieve on a daily basis. Moving forward with the competitiveness 2.0, we are going to be introducing many sectors, and also we are going to be looking at more innovation, more entrepreneurship, digitization, digital economy, sustainable economy. How are we going to put together reforms that can help these sectors develop further and also attract more investors by changing our business and competitiveness environment in Saudi Arabia? So that's all from our side. This is our last picture, and I'll be happy to actually answer any questions that you might have. And this is our actually largest olive farm in Saudi Arabia. And actually it won the Guinness Prize twice in a row. Thank you all for your patience and for listening.
Thank you, Madam Al-Muteri, for this wonderful presentation. Now I would like to remember a couple of months ago, Her Excellency Madame Dominique Mineur, she asked me once, do you know the people of the competitive center? I told her no, but now I understand, because she told me you have to contact these people because really you must have contact with these people. Now I understand why I have to contact these people. Thank you again for this presentation covering the new business environment in Saudi Arabia, the economic transformation, sustainability, jurisdictional reform, but the most important, I think, I see the investment in the human capital. And we have the live example, what you are exactly, Madame Al-Muteri, your presentation. Thank you for Madame Mineur for giving us the opportunity to present the competitive center and your good self. And thanks again for this wonderful presentation. Now we will move to our last speaker because we have some question, Madame Al-Muteri, for you, because we have some question coming from the audience. And now we will shift to the next and last speaker, Mr. Khalid Ashidi. Please, Mr. Ashidi, Investor Advisor and Relation Executive Director from the Ministry of Investment. Mr. Ashidi, the floor is yours. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. Please, تفضل.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you can hear me very well.
Clear.
Please, go on.
Thank you very much for having me in this prestigious webinar. I'm happy actually to be here. And though there is no much information I can share with you after the great participation of Dr. Iman actually. But I'll try to focus on the services of Ministry of Investments, MISA in particular, where we are honored to serve.
Sorry to stop you. Can you arrange the sound? We have some problem with the sound. It's not so clear. Could you please show something from your side? The sound. We have the image, but the sound is not so clear. Please.
Can you hear me now? Is it better?
أحسن شوية. Little bit, yeah.
So I'm glad to be here actually with you in this prestigious webinar. I hope that you can hear me very well. I'm not taking much time to talk about the services of Ministry of Investments actually. Dr. Iman actually talk or cover the reforms and the changes made over the last few years with the great contribution of NCC actually. One of them is to reduce number of licensing and is to make Saudi Arabia one of best destinations to invest in. Today we will go through some slides talking or covering Ministry of Investments MISA services in particular. I mean, MISA or SAGIA formed in 2000 actually, and after 20 years we became a ministry to have a bigger exposure of serving investors, not only foreign investors but also the local one. Our goal actually is to increase investments in Saudi Arabia, increasing FDI, to drive economic growth in line with the Vision 2030, and to focus on productive and competitive sectors, and to focus or to make a stronger role for the private sector. How can we achieve these goals actually? By growing the contribution of the private sector to the economy and supporting the strategic sectorial development and upgrading the investment ecosystem. We are committed as the Ministry of Investments, MISA, to be accountable, to be an advocate, to be a service provider to those investors working or operating here in Saudi Arabia. This means that we are not acting as only government agency here in the country, but also to be a real partner for those companies investing here in Saudi Arabia. Why businesses are choosing Saudi Arabia, and this is the topic of my talk now actually. We think that there are 7 key reasons for that. Number one is that, as Dr. Iman mentioned, that the huge reform journey happened over the last few years actually. Number two is that the society here in Saudi Arabia and the workforce are really young and well talented and well equipped actually to be used as a resources for businesses here in Saudi Arabia. Also, we think that Saudi Arabia location is very primary, and we can use our lands actually to connect with different countries and continents. As you know, all of you, ladies and gentlemen, that Saudi Arabia is a member in the G20, and we're number 20 or 19 now in the largest economies worldwide. These are some good, I would say, that elements we have in the country. Actually, we are number 1 in the population growth rate, and we are number 7 in largest foreign assets reserves globally. And as you can see, that I'll not go through all these numbers, but I mean, you can see that the power of Saudi Arabia in these numbers. More numbers showing the importance and the power of Saudi Arabia to be one of the best destinations to invest in. How investors can access the opportunities here in Saudi Arabia. Actually, we as a Ministry of Investments work with the government stakeholders to develop businesses and to make a good investment opportunities. Our role in Ministry of Investment is to develop with the collaboration with those government agencies owning the business opportunities here in the country, and to market these opportunities among the investors in and outside KSA. InvestSaudi.sa is our platform, official platform for the country to display and to share and to market business opportunities there. You can find those opportunities classified by the sectors, and you can go deeply to have more information about facts and figures about the country and services offered by Ministry of Investments and other government agencies. And we will be more than happy for those serious investors or applicants in the website to connect them with the sector heads and government agencies involving in these opportunities. These are the most important actually sectors we focus on actually to be targeted by foreign and local investors. You can see that we have those traditional sectors such as chemical, for example, and ICT and so on, energy and water as well. But also we have the new, I would say that virgin sectors here in the country. Entertainment is one of them, sports, tourism, and so on. Our role in the Ministry of Investments actually is to work with the client and their journey here in the country. Before setup, we are very keen actually to be with the clients in early stages to understand their needs, their difficulties. They might have their minds to move to Saudi Arabia, and to tailor some market and economic intelligence, also to matchmake those foreign companies with locals if they prefer to have that. We have a database covering local and foreign companies having the interest to have the linkage with each other. Definitely, we are 100% responsible to organize site visits, for example, for those potential clients, prospect who wants to visit the country and see things on the ground, and we will grant visas and so on. We support business cases and we link them with government stakeholders to hear directly from them about the business opportunities they may have interest in. During the setup, definitely we license the companies here in Saudi Arabia, and we work with the other ministries, mainly Ministry of Commerce, actually to set up or to form a company or to establish a company here in Saudi Arabia, and to get the necessary visas, permits, license, and so on. And after that, after licensing, definitely we are here to support, to solve problems, to talk with the clients and licensed company about expansion and so on. We do conduct some workshops, bringing some speakers from government agencies to talk and to cover new regulations, changes, and listening to all concerns companies may have in the country and so on. Definitely, we have experts in different sectors here in the ministry, so they can offer some advice, pieces of advice, so they can be considered as advisor for those companies. Also, we do contact those government agencies, experts in different line of business. So companies or investors can approach us as a first gate to ask for support, for advice, for proper consultation. other type of support, as you can see in the screen. Actually, we do speak 7 languages, and we can do offer some services on the site. Sometimes clients ask us to have that services in having locations in the country, and giving them some information about the ecosystem in Saudi, is connecting them with the private sector and so on. And we are here to support and consider ourselves actually as an advocate for those companies, and act as government's customer care department actually for the whole government, to cover and respond and to offer solutions to companies. The setup itself actually, we focus on, and we are keen actually to make it clear to our clients that we are here not only to license the companies to enter the local market, but also to operate on the ground. So everything, including our license, commercial registration, obtaining visas, and opening bank account, and tax authority certificates, and labor office, and so on. 100% MISA is responsible to complete and to cover this journey with the clients in Saudi Arabia. These are some reforms belong to Ministry of Investments, but with the collaboration with NCC, we reduced number of documents for our licensing requirements from 12 to 2. Now we answer, or we respond to applications submitted online within 3 working hours, and we can complete the registration for each company within 7 working days, assuming that all documentation or all documents are ready and provided by companies. These are some sectors we work also with NCC actually to make it 100% for foreign companies. You can see that the most recent one is real estate brokerage, and publishing, land transportation, engineering, consultation, and healthcare, education, and mostly 90% of services or sectors in Saudi Arabia are open now for foreigners to invest in full actually. One of the initiatives we took over the last few months actually is to have physical visits in some countries where we think that it is very important to be closer to potential clients. We have some offices worldwide in UK, in France, in Germany, in Japan, and other countries are coming in our plan actually to have Saudi staff working there and representing MISA in these important countries. Hopefully to see Belgium in the list very soon. You can contact us over different channels we have. As you can see, we will be more than happy to answer questions, to receive your suggestion, your concerns, if any. We are glad that we have good communication with the Embassy of Belgium here in Riyadh. We work with them closely, we meet with them frequently, and glad to have about 50 investors or 50 companies from Belgium investing in Saudi Arabia, and looking forward to have more companies investing in the country. I'm glad that Dominic shared some good news that companies are coming now to Saudi in the coming few months, and we are happy to support and assist. Just to end my talk by covering or talking about the RHQ initiative, where we are very keen actually to invite all companies actually to move to Riyadh, to Saudi Arabia, and consider the country as a regional hub for their businesses here in MENA region. We are glad to have or to announce during the FII 2 weeks ago that 44 companies got their license to move to Riyadh, as a regional HQ, and looking forward to have more companies from Belgium and from other parts of the world to move their HQ to Riyadh. Happy to open dialogue with companies individually to talk about this initiative actually and to cover their needs here in the country. Thank you very much, and looking forward to hear from you if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Khalid Al-Shiddi, for this wonderful investment journey around Saudi Arabia and this presentation. We're sorry for the sound. If there is some problems with the sound, but be sure we will send the presentation, if you don't mind, for all participants. We will send the presentation for all participants. And I would like to mention, you see that you have offices in Germany, in France, so on, so on. And your office in France is covering Belgium and Luxembourg. That's why I would like to emphasize this point. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much once more. Now we will move to question to the participation of participants. We have some question, but before the question, I would like to mention a testimonial from Mr. Ghassan Adji. I would like to recall my time in Saudi Arabia, where B6, where I presenting, was the first company work in infrastructure outside oil sector in the Dammam Harbor in 1969 and 1970. That's mean Belgium, its relation with the Dammam area and with Saudi Arabia goes back to 1969 and 1970. That's been a good point to open. We have some questions. More questions are, the first question is, what about the progress of construction of new NEOM smart city, and what opportunities are for the Belgian companies to be involved in such innovation project? Maybe the question is also from the same time, could you elaborate on renewable energy potential in Saudi Arabia and investment need in order for Saudi Arabia to generate 50% of its energy from renewable source by 2030? That's mean what the progress in NEOM, and the other question regarding the energy, renewable energy by 2020. Maybe the question for Madame Al-Noteri or for Mr. Al-Shiddi, please.
Thank you very much. I was actually reading the chat box while we're going through them. In terms of NEOM, yes, NEOM construction has actually started in NEOM. There are companies that are working there. Are there potential opportunities for Belgian companies? Absolutely. You know, and the NEOM website, if you go to the NEOM website, you will see all the projects that are ongoing. And you can even file or put your question in there and connect with the management of NEOM, and they will get back to you on certain opportunities. Alternatively, also can go through the Ministry of Investment, and they will connect you with the right people in NEOM as well to find out what opportunities. But opportunities are huge. They're going to be in the renewable energy, they're going to be in the biotech, they're going to be in the food, they're going to be entertainment and media. It's open, it's wide. It's the new city of, you know, Saudi Arabia, where technology is going to be based there, clean energy, totally 100%. So if you just go to NEOM website, if you can just pull the website, and we can post it here, and then you will actually have the information there. When it comes to renewable energy, the project that I have seen actually was, you know, all sorts of renewable energy. So it was wind, solar, blue hydrogen, green hydrogen, you name it, it's all there. Again, what you can do is we will also put the link for Ministry of Energy. They will be able to answer all these questions specifically, but also Ministry of Investment will have business opportunities, investment opportunities in all these sectors, and they will also hook you up with the right people, but we will put both. For BSX, thank you very much for your lovely comments. I actually come from the Eastern Province originally of Saudi Arabia, and I wasn't born in 1969, but after that, immediately I was. So I can connect with that, but thank you very much for putting this lovely thought. It means a lot to us. I don't know if there are any other questions. This is what I have read so far.
Thank you. Another question for Ms. Al-Muteri also. Madam Al-Muteri, please, what about creating top-ranked technology, research and development infrastructure in strategic domain fitting in priorities set out in the ambitious Vision 2030? That's mean the creating of top-ranked technology, research and development infrastructure.
Yeah, so when it comes to R&D, innovation, R&D, entrepreneurship, you can think about all the sectors that we have mentioned and plug in there the word R&D. Do we need R&D? Absolutely. Do we need to have innovation hubs? 100%. Do we need to connect with the right institutes, vocational universities, accelerators, incubators? Yes. Constructions or other? We actually, because one of the things, at least now my other hat as the Vice Minister of Commerce, one of the things that I'm trying to encourage companies to get into is to be more driven by ESG, environmental, social, and governance. One of the things that we're trying to say, you can actually develop these enterprises, encourage them to be developed faster, better, is to be more productive. More productive companies will be more profitable companies, and you can actually expand your horizon doing so. But how can they actually be more productive is becoming more innovative. And with innovation, of course, you'll need the R&D. So it is in both the private sector and the public sector, and it's in all sectors. If you look at the presentation all in all that I have presented so far, you will see that there is no other country that will have an accelerated transformation programs in more than 10 sectors. Just think about it. In the mining, in the healthcare, in the education, in industrial in general, manufacturing, all supply chain, in renewable energy, in biotechnology. So the horizon is huge. You can pick and choose the opportunity, and you will know that there is a potential investment in there. And that with that comes also R&D.
Thank you. Once more, it's really not question. We are active in the field of digital signing, billboard, and we are interested to participate to the economic mission that we are organizing to Saudi Arabia. That means we have already some companies that are interested to join the mission we are planning to organize. That's for your information. That means we are attracting also members for our chamber, and we are attracting participants for the mission. One question for Madame Al-Muteri once more, please. Do you have a national space law or regulation to attract space startup companies, please?
Actually, space is also another big thing that is coming in Saudi Arabia. Do we have the law? So far, according to what I have seen, the latest, there isn't a law, but they're actually soon coming one. So there is a law in the making, and it will soon be out. However, if the law is going to be established quite soon, it will be on our public consultation. So we will actually consult the public on that law. Any law that touches on the economy, it will have to go through public consultation. So you will know that it is there. We usually announce for any new laws that comes into the platform, so you can put your opinion on that. But beginning of the year, first quarter of this year, the Space Authority announced that it is working on developing its space law.
Thank you, Madame Al-Muteri, for all this, and thank for participants for their input in this program. Now, last but not least, before thanking all of you, I would like to give the floor to the conclusion remarks for our partners. As you know, we are presenting Belgium and Luxembourg, and we will never forget Luxembourg. They are really our partner there in Luxembourg. And now I give the floor to Mr. Mark Tyson, who is representing the Luxembourg and Arab Business Association in Luxembourg. Mark Tyson, please, the floor is yours for the closing remark. Please.
Yes, thank you very much, dear friend, dear Kaiser Yadzin. It was one of the most amazing webinars and conferences I had follow up over the last couple of months, and especially related to the activities in the Gulf region, and most likely to the activity in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And so I'm as chair of LABA, and with all our members, we are really delighted to what organize us, but also the panelists have presented today. I had the opportunity in the past years to be many times in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, I think more than 10, 12 times. But what I have seen today within the presentations, and especially related to Vision 2030, is really amazing. And we have seen that Saudi Arabia is not only on the track on an international level of economy, but Saudi Arabia has really very amazing visions related to so many fields as health, education, infrastructure, and now also since a couple of years related to tourism, to finance, and as legal, I'm also very delighted about the progress which had been done in international, but also in national regulations and law. So I only can resume that we have heard today with all the speakers who made presentations, and especially related to Vision 2030, really visions. And we are delighted to be part of it. We are really delighted that you, as Secretary General of ABL-CCC and also Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce, gave us the opportunity to be part of it. And on the other hand, I would shortly remind that Luxembourg is already since many years on the radar of international activities, especially in finance that Luxembourg had, and I was part of it 2 times, very strong missions to Saudi Arabia. And when I followed up what we have seen now during the last 2 years, I think it's really time again for the Luxembourgish authorities, might be the Chamber of Commerce, but also the Ministry of Economics, the Minister of Finance, to think about a next mission. And we from LABA, I can assure you that we will do everything together with the Chamber of Commerce to have, we hopefully hope, in 2022, but somehow within the next 1 or 2 years, a mission to Saudi Arabia, because what we have seen today, I think we really must be part of it. LABA, and that's a little bit the conclusion of today. We are a very young organization. So once again, thank you very much that we had the opportunity to be part of this webinar. We have within our members, and especially within our directors of our association, many people with great expertise to the Arabic countries and also to Saudi Arabia. And so we are continuing to explore together with you in Brussels and all the other organizations, ways and manners to give a concrete follow-up of what we have seen and noticed today within all those presentations. And we intend to secure our cooperation and partnership in common. And I think we will have many occasions within the next couple of months to give a concrete follow-up to what we have seen today. So once again, thank you very much, my good friend Kaiser, to what you have achieved today. Thank you very much to all the panelists with the very, very interesting presentations. And thank you, of course, all those who had been part of this webinar during the last 2 hours. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Mr. Tyson. Thank you, Mark, for your kind words and for your participation. And we really appreciate the good cooperation we have with the Chamber of Commerce Luxembourg and with the good self. Before ending, I would hope, my hope, that next time we will be pleased to invite Madame Al-Mouteri in Brussels. That was live presentation. That's mean live presentation. Hope in the near future. And would like, before conclude, I would like to thank Your Excellency, Mr. Ambassador Al-Jindan, Madame Miner, Ambassador of Belgium to Saudi Arabia, Mr. Brendes, Madame Al-Mouteri, Mr. Ashadi, Mr. Tyson, Mr. Brendes. Thank for all of you, Mr. Al-Haidari. Thanks to the Federation of Saudi Chambers. And I would like also to thank the staff of the Chamber, my colleague, Madame Sonia Deveni, for the wonderful job she's doing for managing this event. Thanks again. and wishing you all the best and wishing the relation between Belgium, Luxembourg, and Saudi Arabia full success for the private sector. And we'll be pleased, hope to see you soon in Saudi Arabia, in Dammam, in Jeddah, or in Riyadh. Thank you again. مع السلامة وتصبحوا على خير. نهاركم
Thank you
سعيد.
very much.
السلام عليكم. شكرا
Thank
جزيلا.
you.
very much.
Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Take care. شكرا جزيلا. مع السلامة سعادة السفير. ها؟ مع السلامة مدام إيمان البطيري. السلام. Mr. Brenders, au revoir.
Au revoir. Congratulations. Very
Merci,
interesting.
merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci, merci à vous, Monsieur Tyson. Au revoir.
Merci beaucoup. Réel plaisir.
Avec plaisir, j'espère vous voir à Bruxelles bientôt. Surtout
Je vais le faire.
Inch'Allah.
Chose
Ah,
dite,
c'est
chose
là.
promise, chose due.
Voilà.
Je retiens.
Je quitte. Hein. On va recevoir des...